There we go. Good morning. And Nena, I guess good night. Kind of weird. I get to see you twice in one day for you, but it's 2 days for me. Funny how time works. Where is it? My M3. I actually took my pill. I remembered I'm a big boy now. I got down, I sat in my computer, and I said, oh shit, I gotta take that. So I did it. Aren't you proud of me? Speaking of TB, one of my... I'll just lower this a little bit. One of my guys, I guess, screwed up their Vandor platoons. And, so I guess we're only doing 4 of 6 today, which shouldn't affect our star goal, but it's still fucking annoying. We'll see. It's just gonna make the day a little bit harder. Vance, that actually, I've always had 2 intros. I've had a blue one and a red one. A buddy of mine made both of them for me. I just don't use the red one as much. I generally use it for GAC. I don't do a ton of GAC. So I don't use it often. I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass. It's a great movie. Classic Adam Sandler. I painted the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck before. Which is Billy Madison. Good morning to some of you that I don't see often, or at all. We have some first-time chatting here, and appreciate it. I like that we're taking off and hitting the big time. I enjoy... I think Sunday brunch is a lot more fun when chat is super active, and sometimes... Even when there's a ton of people, you guys are super quiet, and then I have to fill all the space with my own musings. Let's see. Can anyone guess what movie I'm going to see today? Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Man, I've got pizza and porn stuck in my head now. Hey, Womprat. Good morning, buddy. You know, I always do my brunch around this time. There was something else I wanted to respond to before we get started. 79 days without spending. Yes, but I'm going to be honest with you. Next, Clifford the Big Red Dog versus Captain. Next episode pass, I probably am going to purchase. The only reason I didn't buy this episode pass is it kind of just it didn't make sense to do it. The shards are mostly worthless for me. I'm probably going to buy it for at least the first one in the next set. Not necessarily because that's the smart one to purchase. If you're going to purchase any of them and only purchase one, it would be the last one. But I really just want the Omicron material. I'm really hurting for that right now. I've spent quite a few of them, and I would love to get this track full of Omicron material. But we'll see. I might change my tune before we get to the next episode pass. Womprat, you are actually semi-right. I am going to see Captain America today, but the hint is also in my notifications on Discord. Obviously, planning to see Paddington as well, which if you have not seen, Paddington 1 and 2, they are great movies. The second one made me cry a little bit at the end. And I'm not ashamed to say that because as I get older, I find that I do cry during some movies. We Live in Time was fucking devastating. I came out of that movie sobbing, and I don't know why. I was like crying and laughing. Dark Link, I appreciate it, man. Phil and I are good friends. We we do some stuff together. We've been talking about doing a new series together. I don't know what it would be called, but we were discussing the possibility of doing like almost like an epic rap battles. No singing, no rapping, but like we find that he and I have very different takes on certain things, and just doing 20-minute segments of us arguing the back and forths on different things. Because he will message me an opinion and I'll be like, fuck you, you're wrong. You stupid piece of shit, you're so goddamn wrong. We just don't always have time because he's married, he has kids, I'm married. We plan to do things, and then I was talking about this last night, then he'll text me and be like, oh shit man, like my kids are sick. And then we'll plan something for the next week and I'll be like, fuck, my wife's sick. But we try. Hey Scribe, good morning. Yeah, that movie fucking hit me hard. 2 movies made me cry last year. We Live in Time, which was just devastating. It was in my top movies of the year. I do a movie list every year on Reddit. We saw 55 movies last year, and it was my top one. And Arthur the King also made me cry. Like, I came out of Arthur the King looking like, I don't know, like a girl on a terrible date with like mascara running down her face, except I don't think I was wearing mascara. We'll see this year. Nothing has made me cry this year yet. Nothing new, because Paddington 2 was new to me this year, and we watched it, and we'll see if Paddington 3 is just as sad. We do have a timetable today, because I have a movie at 11. So let's get started on TB. Now, if we remember, I think we did 112 waves, 111, 112. I think we did 112 waves last time. And then we all got to make fun of Phil on Discord. Right now, I am at 109. So I think we're definitely going to beat our own again. Han shot first is just... This guy's a fucking beast. He just loves TB. He loves, I don't know. He just finds ways to make things work. Paddington, I've seen Ted 2. They're good movies, but like Paddington as a Bear, yeah, they're great movies. They are just so fucking good. I don't know why. They just are. Let's see where it makes sense to go first. We probably have time here. We have time here. We have time everywhere, so let's just start with light side. Scribe, how's your Path of Exile going? I saw you started playing. I didn't get to check it out, though. I've been busy this week. I bought it myself. I actually screwed up because I bought Path of Exile, and then because I'm a Path of Exile 1 player, I was like, oh, I have to get some stash tabs. And then so I spent $10 on stash tabs, but I didn't realize 2 things, which is, 1, that your stash tabs from Path of Exile transfer over. So I already had stash tabs. And 2, you start with premium currency, so I never needed to spend that $10 at all. So that's all right. It's a great game, and it deserves my my money. So I don't mind that much. My one complaint about it, though, is the bosses are just long and boring. Oh, God. This is why I go after the TIE fighters, because of that. Because that fucking happens. Oh, my God. Everybody's like, just don't kill the TIE fighters. Use the AoE. And that's what fucking happens when you don't do that. I did it at the Act 2 boss yesterday, and it just took forever. Like, it was just the longest battle for no reason. But yes, Nee, Paddington the Bear, amazing, great movies. They present as kids' movies, but they're adorable movies. They really are. I should be good. I got Scythe. We should be all right. And Darth Link, man, honestly, I appreciate the love. You know, I don't go in as much depth as some of the bigger guys, like, you know, like Bit Dynasty will give you just the most amazing information. Scribe has, like, every day he's got Galactic Challenge shit. I try to give information for the lazy people. The lazy people like me. And we're trying to take the Conquest Queen title that Sarah left behind. Yeah, Act 1 I did. I've been playing in parties more, because I don't want to play like a flavor of the month build. I just like to go in and pick a build and play it. Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? 2. I've never played the first one. I was actually just reading something on Reddit about it, about how immersive it is, and like every NPC is an actual simulation, and I just don't have time for games like those anymore. You know, I don't buy a lot of games. Like, Moonborn and I we do a game night once a month. We did it yesterday. Like, I used to love these huge epic RPGs. That was my jam growing up. And a game like Kingdom Come Deliverance would take me 3 years to beat now. So generally, when I find games, I try to find things that are a little bit more jump in, jump out. You know, like we did Jedi Knight Outcast a few weeks ago. We finished it. We're on the last level of Jedi Knight Academy now. I don't know what I'm going to play next. Maybe we'll play like Force Awakens. Not Force Awakens. Force Unleashed. Usually, you know, we'll see in the summer, Christian. Like, in the summer when I move my PC down to my basement, because this is my wife's office, and I'm not working as much in the summer, that's usually when I look for, like, a big game to play to get me through the whole summer. The Jedi Knight games are some of my favorites, too. And I'll tell you, having just replayed them, Outcast is janky. It's janky. It's like very 2001, 2002. But Academy sets it right. You know, it is. Oh, fuck you! Like with your cheap viewers, your slutty little viewers. Now I have to go in. We have to actually go into the stream. We have to go into mod view. There we go. Oh, I fucking hope not, Christian. I really hope not. You guys know I hate Cal Kestis. I hate... I so fucking hate Cal Kestis. He is the worst. Oh no, I really hope he does not fill the Kyle. Kyle Katarn is like my favorite character in all of Star Wars. Did my sound just go out? The level in Outcast that made me, like, that pissed me off. Cheers, Scribe. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Enjoy. The level that pissed me off in Outcast was, I think it's Nar Shaddaa, which is like right after you get your lightsaber. And everybody has a sniper rifle. That was literally the worst level in the game, and it... Where the fuck did my game sound go? Is that just my headphone? Can you guys hear game sound? Because mine seems to have cut out, but it looks like it's still going. I don't... Do I have a Palpatine voice? Yeah, well, as long as you guys can hear it, I don't really need to hear it. Do like... Now, young Skywalker, you will die. Something like that. Yeah, it should be pretty faint. I don't want it to overpower anything. It probably goes in and out as I connect and disconnect, or I click on things, but I just... Oh, there we go. I got it back. No, hot, I did. There was just a lot going on. I got your Egyptian joke, and I did appreciate it. Actually, if you go back and listen, when I was reading your joke, I stopped my thought because I was laughing in my head. And that's always my favorite part of Brunch is when I'm in the middle of a thought that I think is pertinent, and then somebody says something funny, and then my brain just explodes, and I go, oh, get back to the thought. But I did get it, and I did appreciate it. I think what happened was my other headphone died, because I only use one at a time, and I just had to reset it. Oh, man. I think he just said you would be set, though, just to prove that I was listening. He didn't say set for life, if I remember correctly, if I recall. All right, there's nothing else I can do on Vandor because I don't have any... Well, I wonder if Vandor is... Well, it doesn't matter, actually, because I need the points on Kafrene more than I need on Vandor. We'll check in on that when we get there. And see what our points look like. 1, 2, 3. See, I pay attention to you guys. Chat is what makes Brunch fun. I could play this game by myself. I don't need anybody. But the chat is what makes it fun. Oh, yeah, that fucks everybody, Darth Link. Everybody gets screwed by that when they see the requirements and they go, oh, 4-star. And then they don't realize that every single tier it increases. What you technically can do, though, is you can buy the packs once you beat the first tier, but I would not recommend that ever at all. But you are not the first, and you will not be the last person that gets fucked by that. Those of us that got it early on, obviously when we saw the original post about it, it was made clear to us that each tier would have a different level. But for people now, the other thing that tends to fuck people is my god, brain fart. Oh man, this coffee needs to kick in. The other thing that tends to fuck people is that the event does not appear in the journey guide until you're at the bonus tier. So some people wait to see it in the journey guide and it never appears, and then they miss it. And that's kind of shitty, but there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, fuck. I pressed the wrong button. All right. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da. Da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Lee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee. I don't know. I can only be in Meathead's ear so much. He gets annoyed by me. We have a very give and take relationship, Meathead and I. If he wants to talk about the thing that I message him about, he will respond to me. If he does not want to, he will not respond to me. If he messages me, it's always without a hello. It's always rip the band-aid off. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Never a thank. Well, no, he does say thank you. He's good about that. Let's do rebels here, but we don't want to use any R9s. Kyle, do we use Kyle? No, let's do Scarif, because Scarif might revive. I've never played Outlaws. Again, it comes down to like being a newer game and being a longer game. I generally pick up games much later on. I've heard it's not amazing, and I love Star Wars, but I'm not like a big Star Wars fanboy, so I don't need to play every Star Wars game that comes out. I used to be huge in Star Wars. Like, I was the kid that I'd get the action figures and then I would just hang them up on my wall in the like little divot. I'd have a like a thumbtack, and if I got a second one, if somebody bought me a second one, then I would open that one. I've been enjoying revisiting old games. Path of Exile will keep me semi-busy on the days that I can play games. But I've been enjoying visiting classic games that I grew up with. You know, and what I buy kind of comes down to what I'm feeling at the moment. I think the next big game I buy probably will be Borderlands 4. No! No, I was the kid that collected them. And in fact, I actually just recently sold them. I had like 2 boxes full of action figures from, not from the original series, because I'm not that old, but from like the 90s series, from episode 1, from episode 2, from episode 3. None of them are worth shit, and I just sold them as a bulk to some guy locally. just to get them out of my house, because I don't have a ton of space. Some of the games I want to play, again, more recently, there's an old game, I think it was just free on Amazon Prime, and I picked it up. Blade of Darkness I want to play. It's like one of those melee-style first-person shooters. Draken, Order of the Flame was a great fucking game growing up, so that's another one that I want to revisit and show some of you guys that, like, do pop in when I do my unannounced stuff. Alright, I don't have Old Daka. I don't have Old Daka because she was platooned. So I don't know how well Night Sisters will do. Can I do a 3-man on Vandor? No, you can't do a 3-man on Vandor. Okay. Wonder if you can do a 4-man on Vandor. Nope, you cannot. I never had any of the ships. My parents never bought me any of the cool shit. I think I have like one left is like Han Solo with like his power coin. Alright, let's see. Alright, we'll try it. We don't have Old Daka. This probably will not work, but we could see what happens. Actually, I set up day planners. I don't know why I'm even guessing which characters to use. You can underman in Kessel, and you can underman in Tatooine, but you can't underman the Jabba missions. And some teams are really good at the underman, like Night Sisters can 4-man. Nah, can probably underman as well. It's a little known trick on those planets. There we go. 13 as a roster as I'm multitasking. Interesting. So yeah, I have 4 out of 5 of the Enoch squad at Relic 8. I don't have a 5th Imperial Remnant for that. To do that thing. I have been waiting for days. Like, I am willing to buy the 3,000 daily deal with flood signal data, 100 flood signal data. It's just not showing up to me. I keep getting these 3 stupid guys, even though I also have all these guys. Well, you two don't matter. You're both R9. I have all of those guys on my favorites list as well. Okay. What else can we do? Let's see, what's on our day 6? Oh, I guess that I was using this last time with no AV. So let's say... Well, let's put this day 6, create new squad, rebels, just so we have this saved for later. Mando open. And, I know Sith can do this. Have we tried... Yeah, Darthlink, on Discord, I still have a whole roster review area. We're going to be doing some of them today. I try to do 3 every week because, like, I get pretty in-depth compared to other people that I've seen. 2 people. If you go on Discord, there's an area, the roster review section. No, I want to try this sortie one, but also I can't let Phil get ahead of me, so I'm gonna have to play it safe today. And do Sith. Next time I can experiment, because next time I won't have time to do phase 1, so he can win next week. There we go. Boop 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 boop. Li-di-di-di. Ba-da. Ba-da-da-da-di-di. Di-di-di-di. Oh no. My gift sub from Urs to Urs, his channel is ending. That is upsetting. How am I gonna watch him without ads? See, this is when chat gets quiet, and then I have to talk to myself. And when I talk to myself, bad things happen. You underman on, like, Kessel with See, my thing is, and this definitely depends on each guild and where you are with your guild, because I need a lot of combats in all of the planets, I want to use my most important GL on the dark side and the light side planets, because those are the harder planets. And then Kessel is where I throw the shit, because the middle, planets are not as difficult. Talking to myself, singing to myself, they don't understand that when I get bored, I just fucking sing. It drives my wife insane that I just sing all day. Got a song in my heart. Jabba's not gonna work because, oh wait, no, I think it did the sortie battle. Yeah, we don't want to do the sortie battle. It drives all wives insane. My wife will literally straight up say to me, like, can you stop? You're being annoying. And I will say, you married this, you know. Nena, you listen to me enough that, like, you should know I am very pro Dead Boys to R9. But I understand why some people don't do it. But I am so pro Dead Boys to R9. Alright, this is the best squad we're gonna make. If you have all your major projects in order, I don't know, I just see the writing on the wall. And it says, we need more cowbell. Or R9s. And I did mine, I was smart. I got mine, I prioritized getting mine to R9 before December. So that I could get all of the extra. And like I said, I've said this before, I use, they do, it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take 2-3 years. But one thing that I do to try to make that ROI go a little bit faster is I subsidize the cost of refreshing the R9 tier one time from the crystals you get for the event. So you'll overall get 400 crystals for the event, including the refresh. So that means my one refresh honestly really only costs me, what is it, $9.99, so 500 crystals. I don't think Ahsoka pushes the needle as much as some people thought that she would, Nena. I am obviously going for her because I have nothing else to go for, but I'm not putting a lot of crystals into getting her faster. You know, like when Leia first came out, I put a lot of crystals into getting her a little faster. When Jabba came out, I put a lot of crystals into getting him faster. Ahsoka just does not move that needle enough for me. So I do one refresh a day. I only spend my midday energy on Hera. I don't even do all of my stuff on her. And I'm gonna get her in maybe a month and a half, and I just don't think it's a big deal. So right now, I think Leia might be a smarter choice for you. You know, now next month they might say, you know what, we are going to do Peridia. But with every day that's been passing, I'm like, they're probably not doing Peridia as much as we thought they were. Before I decide on my next combat, I just need to do some math. To be clear, I said math, not meth. Just to see where we're at as a guild. 730, 663, plus 341, minus 193. 215 plus 396 minus 338 is 273 plus 500 minus 485, so 288. It's a little closer than I would like because these fuckers didn't do their platoons, but it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Alright. I would like... Normally I throw my rejects because all I have left is my rejects. I would like to try my rejects on Vandor. Because it does not seem to matter. And I would like to see how Vandor goes. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Hey, Nick. Cheers, buddy. Awesome. That mod depth, man, I've been really focusing. I've been so focusing on my mod depth lately to try and help me out here. Let's do Snips, Mon Mothma, Padawan, Obi-Wan. I don't know if there are tanks here, so I kind of want Snips just in case. Yeah, let's just see. Yeah, neat. You know what's funny is people in my guild will like message me and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, this thing, I'm so sorry." Nah, I guess it's not gonna work here. And I will straight up say to them, like, I just don't care anymore. Like, I am so beyond the point of caring. Okay, well. All right, let's see. Where did we end? We ended at 122. We are going to take a picture of that. No, that was a shitty picture of that. We are going to take a picture of that. We are gonna go to Discord. We are gonna make fun of Phil, because that is what we do. We love Phil, but we need to make fun of him. Oh, I put it in the wrong channel. Shit. Okay, hold on. General. Ba-da-da-dun-da. There we go. Okay. So here's the thing. That's a great question before we transition out of territory battles. When it comes to Link, I love that you subscribed knowing that you like Phil and me, and you subscribed right after I told Phil to go fuck himself. And again, we're good friends. We have this fun little rivalry that we laugh about, but that's just funny timing. So when it comes to territory battles, we are a territory battles guild. And I am the territory battles officer as well as the recruiting officer. I have taken my medicine, Soper. Thank you. My vitamins, actually. But we keep an area on Discord, and I've talked about this in my officer battles, or my officer videos, where we keep track of what has or hasn't been done by guild members. Right, so there is a thread for every guild member. I can't show them to you, obviously, because it's personal information about them. And we just keep track of when they've fucked things up. And sometimes things happen, like life happens. We get that. We're all adults. Almost the entirety of my guild is guys in their 30s to 50s with families, kids, things going on. So we completely understand that shit happens sometimes. If you miss a phase like once every couple months, I'm not even batting an eye about that. It's frustrating because platooning and deploying takes 30 seconds. Like, that's all it takes. But if you are consistently causing issues, if you miss like 2 phases in a row, and there isn't like an excuse, like there isn't some big thing like oh fuck, like we haven't had, we haven't had power for 2 days or 3 days because of like snow or like a hurricane. That's fine. I totally understand that. But more often than not, somebody will come back and be just like, oh, I forgot. And if they do that 2 events in a row, they're gone. Like, just gone. I will find someone else because now you're unreliable and the guild relies. It's my job as the leader, as the TB leader, to make sure that everybody gets the rewards. Right? Cheers, Darth Link. And again, on Discord, we have that stuff. Yeah, we make things super easy in our guild, and I understand. We have guys like my guild leader. He's a tax attorney or whatever, and it's tax season. So I understand that he's not able to do as many CMs right now. I get it. His job is super tough during tax season. We have guys who are like, I want you, if you're on vacation, we have an away channel. Reach out to us beforehand. Hey, I'm going on vacation next week. Fucking Moonborn one day was like, hey, I have to do my CMs, but I'm in line at an amusement park with my kids. And I messaged him and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just deploy and go enjoy time with your kids. Like, don't worry about it. We're very competitive, casual, get as much as you can done. There are some phases where we really need as many combats as possible, but for the most part, operations and deploying should take 60 fucking seconds. Peace out, Christian. Thanks for joining us this morning. And for me, I think unless some kind of emergency came up, it's just unfair to the rest of the guild if you don't even get platoons and operations out. Right? Like, my wedding day, I did my whole TB. And I don't mean that as a brag thing, but, like, I just got up a little earlier. My wife sleeps in. I wake up early. I woke up early. I did it before she was even awake. When I was in Korea and the time difference was 13 hours, so the times that I would normally do TB, it didn't work. I figured out another time to get my shit done. Right, while I was in taxis driving around, while I was in the bathroom doing a combat. And I did less combats, but I did more operations. So I do give people the leeway, but I am not against if it happens to you twice in a row and there's no like actual thing that happened, then we have a reach out guy that's going to reach out to you. We're going to find out what's going on, and if it's just bullshit, we're gonna find someone else. It's hard to find people. It's a pain in the ass to recruit, but I'd rather recruit a 10 million guy who's reliable than have a 12 million guy who does shit. You know, we had this one whale guy for a very long time. He was like 13 million. He bought every single marquee. He brought guys to R9 for us constantly, and it really hurt to get rid of him because he had so many platoons. But it was like a 50-50 shot whether or not he was going to even do operations. And it became like, we need to get rid of him because it's not, like, we don't even know if he's going to deploy, you know? And it became like every time you'd have this excuse, and where like you didn't know, you'd be like, oh, my granddad died. My wife's father died. My neighbor died, my cousins like every week. It was just either you're the most unlucky person in the entire fucking world, and or you're just fucking lying to me, and you're making up people that are in the hospital every other week. Yeah, I try not to let the game get in the way of my life. But, like, for that, it was like, I'm going to just wake up early. I'm going to do it before she's even awake. But that's also why I don't stream as much. That's why I only do brunch streams for the most part. Because I want to spend time with my wife, you know? Like, I don't want to get home from work and then do a GAC stream. I want to watch TV or hang out with her. If I do a GAC stream, it's because she was tired and she wanted to go to bed early, and I'm awake and I'm like this, and I'm like, all right, great, you go to bed, I'll do a stream. And if those happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. We do, before we take a quick break for Conquest, because again, we're not in a time crunch, but like a little bit. We do have housekeeping for today, so let's check out what our poll was. Our poll was for... Where is it? 223. We did L3. The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian won this round. So we are going to take the Mandalorian to R5. had to make sure I had enough signal data for this because Fat Phil, he bullied me into bringing Afra and BT1 to R7 so that I could outwave him this time. The higher relic option this round. Nena, I honestly, I would love to do that, but the whole purpose of this was that I want to finish the rest of my characters. Like, the whole purpose of this poll was to force me to get all of my characters to G13. You know, if you want me to do an R9, like, I'm not doing an R9 every 2 weeks. We gotta have, like, some kind of legit goal for that. So if you guys come up with some, like, legit goal that would be difficult, I will do. I know Scribe does, like, what does he do? Every 300, he does every 300 subscribers. Followers, not subscribers. He does every 300 followers, he does an R9. That's fair to me. Right? Followers are free, like, that's whatever, but it's still a decent number. I'm happy to do something like that, but I'm not doing an R9 every 2 weeks. So if you, is it subs, every 300 subs? See, like, that makes sense to me. Well, followers, you get more people that watch, and then you get, like, more ads or whatever. But if we want to come up with like a big goal for the community for an R9, I will happily do that. But I do want to get the rest of my roster to G13 to relics. I don't know, what is that? So that's why we focus on this. Now, Nena, again, if we want to have a separate thing, we could talk about that. We can definitely figure something out in that regard. If you guys come up with something on Discord, I will happily have that discussion. We'll come up with something. But I do need to get these guys up. Hey, Merchant. How's it going, my man? My Australian mate. I can't do an Australian accent. I don't know why I'm trying. We did... What would that be? 337? No, 339. We'll do mission bio. Right. So Nena, hit me up with some ideas on Discord, and I'll definitely humor them. But we do need to get these guys to G13 because that was the whole plan. That was the whole goal of this whole thing. We're gonna copy here, pop this. Was to have every character at G13. Bob. Jar Jar Face. Chewbacca. This weird little guy there. R2-D2 and Kylo Ren. There we go. Yeah, well, the hard thing is that if they're useful, I bring them to G13 anyway, right? Like, so for me, it's like, it's the bottom half that I would never relic. And I've been doing a couple just randomly. So, like, Mission, I would love to bring to relics. I just popped her on there now with everything. We'll see. I'm going to step away for 2 minutes to refill my coffee. And then we do have, we have Conquest to get through. And then hopefully we'll have some time for some roster reviews. But I will be back in just a few minutes. All right, here we are. Acolyte before Spirit, it's because I just haven't changed it from last time. The only thing that I did was change Mission, and I believe that you guys voted for Acolyte last time. You know, I would love a better team for GM, but it's not really a priority to me. It's not something that's big for me. Again, these are all, like, if I really wanted a GM team right now, I would just bring Spirit up, because I have, where are they? Like, I have materials. She doesn't even have, well, none of them, I think. Yeah, I don't even have fucking mods on her. But if you look, like, I have stuff. Alright, let's head into Conquest, because my guild just got 30 stars. I guess getting Ugna R5 Snowtrooper R6 last week was worth it. It's definitely worth it, and you have to do your part as a guild. You have to do your part. There's so many things that I just do for the guild, right? Like, where is it? Night Sisters. I wish you could just look at your R9s. Old DACA. Yes, that was a passion project, but it was more, I wouldn't have done it for another year. This was, you know, for the guild, for platoons. Hoth Rebel Soldier. Where is he? That stupid son of a bitch. Hoth Rebel Soldier is shit. R9 for the guild. Mon Mothma. R9 for the guild. You just have to pull. You gotta pull your weight in your guild when they need requirements done. Fucking Wicket. R9 for the guild. I'm the asshole that anytime our guild screws up, I'm the one that does it for them. Bounty hunters, right? Like, I don't need a grief karga at R7, but somebody in my guild fucked up, and one day, and we were down a grief karga, so boom, grief karga, R7. Because that's just how we roll. All right, we got the 8 a.m. changeover, so let's just quickly do this. I just buy random shit here because there's I never run out at this point. Relic stuff, or mod stuff. Lead arena, nice. Nothing really here right now. We look for whatever we're low on. These I am low on. Okay. Hypo syringe salvage. I refuse to have an alt. We have one alt in the guild. The other TB officer runs it. I refuse to have one. I can't. I don't have the time for that. This is all set. Let's head to Conquest. What time is it? 1 hour, 6 minutes? Yeah, okay, 1:06. Someone asked me why I do Conquest manually. I only do it on brunch days. I otherwise just run sims. I'm basically done. I need 2 more battles with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Not Jedi Knight, with Captain Rex. And then I need a bunch with Lightside Mandalorian surviving. I could probably do it in less battles not doing Lightside Mandalorian surviving by doing boss feats. But I thought about it yesterday, and I just want to reiterate my own sentiment, which is it doesn't matter how few battles you do it in. It matters. Let's see if I always do this. I always do this with JML. Let's see if Phoenix can do this. What matters is how few battles you spend off of DC nodes. So I don't care if it takes me a couple extra... Oh yeah, that's not going to work. All right, we're going to have to do this with JML, I think. Hera getting just ripped apart. All right, we are going to do it with JML. That is what I figured, and it's good to know for next time. Yeah, man. Hey, how's it going, Samuel? I can't. I've always hated alts. I used to play MMOs, and everybody was like, oh, I have 5 alts. I have a mage and a wizard and a warlock, and I'm like, where do you have time for life? Like, I can't. I get so bored running alts. Oh shit. I guess I'm gonna have to do an extra battle. I did not think that was gonna kill him. It's fine. Oh fuck, I didn't think that was gonna kill him either. Shit. I changed all my data disks around, which is why I'm fucking all this up. And I'm doing a lot more damage than I am. It's that fucking weak point disc. God damn. Should not have put weak point on. Alright, well, it's fine. It's on a data disk. It doesn't matter. It's not the one that I want to do, but it's fine. Everything's fine. What do you mean twice as weaker? Now you just have me confused. See, fuck. Whatever. Again, doesn't matter as much as we are trying to make it out to seem like it matters. I think we're gonna have to do 2 extra battles now because of this. This is why I don't change my data disks. Oh, I didn't even know, honestly. I literally have no idea which one I have on. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have weak spot on, not weak point or whatever. But I don't like using them because it ramps up my damage so much that I can't control the battles. But since I was so close to the end and I had to put on War of Attrition anyway, I changed around a few discs and now I'm like relearning my own data disk set. There we go. Can I get all 5 of them with Rex? That is what we want. That is the goal. Ooh, nice. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got it. We did what we needed to do. Excellent. And now it's just Mandalorians. We're not going to get all of the Mandalorian battles done now. And that's fine, because I can do those later, but we are just data disk farming at this point. So that is good. We're just going to run these on auto and hope for the best. Tiny Bubbles, what the fuck? Somebody deleted your account? You mean your Star Wars account or your fucking Twitch account? God damn. What the fuck is going on here? I do roster reviews though. They're on Discord. Always on Discord. You'll find it right on our channel. Your old, like your Tiny Bubbles account that I've done a roster review for. What I shouldn't have done is take off Voluntary Vanguard. I do them. They're on there. I would. Someone on Reddit had asked about like this question, like, what would you do if your account were deleted tomorrow? And I was like, I would be psyched. Like, I would have no qualms about leaving the game if that happened. Man, without voluntary vanguard, this is a much tougher battle. Like, they love hitting the guys I do not want them to hit. Damn, okay. I guess we're gonna have to play that one a little lighter. So let's just move quick. That's fine. That can be played light. We could do it that way. Yeah, you know, I'm not worried about it. I'll switch voluntary Vanguard on. This is the node that I need right now. No, I did not search the topic yet. I know what you're talking about when we were playing the game, but remember, I was playing drunk and until my wife got home. So my wife literally walked through the door, and then I was like, all right, spend time with her. Yeah, we're gonna litigate. We're gonna throw voluntary Vanguard back on later today because this is the node that I want to be farming. But again, I don't need, as long as they're done on data disks nodes, it doesn't matter. The pizza, it was Domino's, it's shit. I live in New Jersey, and New Jersey, New York, Connecticut all have like really great pizza. I ordered Domino's because I like their chicken, and they were like, by the way, you get a free pizza, so I got a free pizza. Their thin crust is okay. But usually on game night with Moonborn, I just order a cheap food. Something I can eat on the cheap, and that I can eat quickly. Merchant, man, in this area, there is great fucking pizza. But it's expensive. You know, like if I'm just playing games at my computer, I don't want to spend $22 on a pizza. Yeah, but you live in a different area than I do. You don't live near like good pizza. I live in like a pizza hub. You know, like you can get New York style pizza here. New Jersey pizza is literally the same thing. And I haven't ever had New Haven pizza in Connecticut, but I've heard that New Haven pizza is like this insane concoction. So like things like Pizza Hut and Domino's and Papa John's here they're like things you get when you just don't want to spend the money. Or for kids' birthday parties. Papa John. Something about John. Alright, let's see. What can we take off? For voluntary, where is, I hate the Datacron view. No, we don't need that. Voluntary Vanguard, ability exhaust, probably. So much different, Nena. So much different. Like, leaps and bounds different. Let's do Sith. Like, there's no comparison between the two. Yes, but like the ingredients, I don't know how to. It's just if you buy a Domino's pizza here, like and also in other countries, our fast food is generally made better in other countries than it is here. So like Domino's pizza where you live could taste significantly different from like United States Domino's pizza. But Domino's pizza here, it just tastes cheap. Like a nice New York style slice tastes great. And if you were to come here, you might have a New York style slice and be like, oh, I like Domino's better. But if you were to have like our Domino's, you probably be like, oh, I get it. If you're talking about Italy pizza is a totally different thing. Like everyone goes like, oh, the best pizza's in Italy, but that it's such a different vibe, their pizza. Something like, kind of like that, yes. Well, Merchant, I don't know about Australia, but I do know, like, for example, like KFC in China is like made really well, and it's seen as like almost a delicacy. But if you go anywhere in the States, Domino's pizza, it's cheap crap. You know, but if you're living in Utah, there's no amazing pizza scene in Utah, so like that might be the best you're gonna get. When you live near New York, like a good New York style pizza is amazing. Everything in Asia, like in Korea, we went to we didn't actually go in, but we walked by a Dunkin' Donuts, and the Dunkin' Donuts had this whole like area in the back with big bay windows that you could watch them make the donuts fresh, like literally right on site. Totally different than here. You know why? It's because here we'll still buy it. We'll buy it if it's cheap. There, they get the ingredients cheaper, and they're more conscious of that shit. And they can still sell it probably fairly cheap. I'm gonna try the Mandos again just because I threw Voluntary Vanguard on. I've actually never had a bear claw. I'm not really into breakfast pastries, but I know that they are like a huge thing. Okay, can we not kill Paz though? I do actually need Datacrons, so I can do this on the Bad Batch node tomorrow. Okay. I don't know. I've never had one. But it is a breakfast pastry, I'm imagining. Like when I get donuts, when people bring donuts to work, which usually happens at schools here, like people just bring in stuff and leave it in the office, I will eat the old-fashioned ones that have no toppings on them at all. Okay, I guess it's 70%. Paz is gonna die. Alright, well. It's fine. So many counterattacks. Okay, at 70%. Mandalorians fucking blow. And I'm just wasting my energy at this point. I do need Datacrons though, so I guess this is not a waste. I found this one to be pretty easy. You know, again, I'd be doing most of these on auto right now. I haven't found it to be too grindy. Sector 4, actually, I finished Sector 4, all of the feats with like 7 or 8 battles left. And I just used them to do general feats. Global feats. I forgot the word for global feats. And I know a lot of people were doing that with Sector 1. There is, I think it's Sector 3 has like, nice. Sector 3 has 2 win with feats, which is a little annoying. Is it Sector 3? Yeah. This one can definitely be a little bit annoying, but you can put them together. Mando and, yeah, I mean, if Bam lead can do pretty well if you have Bando, but on the Bad Batch node. You could definitely put these two together. It would be a little on the harder side, but if you have the right data disks. All right, look at how quickly we finish Conquest. I love that. Let's see what we got. Still only have 3 Datacrons. I did get this nice BT1 one, so I am excited about that. I'm excited about using that. I think that this is the good Hut Cartel one. Cartel, yeah, that is the nice Hut Cartel one. We are hoping for who? See, like, I don't even know who's in the Hut Cartel. Is it just Mob Enforcer, Gamorrean Guard, and Greedo? I'm assuming. Maybe Embo? Like, I wish it would tell you which faction you can get a character for. Like, I'm assuming IG-88 is droid, right? But who knows? IG-88 could be Hut Cartel, maybe? I don't... Or is he just... This game needs to do better at telling you that stuff. Datacron set, and what set are we on? Enduring Power. Oh, did Bit Dynasty just start a Buy Me a Coffee? I told them about that. It has much lower fees. Well, so I know. Click on the level 9. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, perfect. I know that it's IG-88, by the way. I know that that's how you say his name. I understand that that's the pronunciation. But I say IG-88 when I'm talking fast because it's quicker. It's one syllable. I did not know that because I do not pay very much attention to Datacrons. Okay. Let's see. Egg-88. Who do we get? Embo's not bad, because I can use Embo in TW. Whenever Embo critically hits, he gains a decent amount of crit damage. Is there a better one to target? Let's see. Embo, Gamguard, Mob Enforcer. Start of the battle. Whenever a Mob Enforcer attacks out of turn, she always scores a crit. That's interesting. I'll have to do some research on that. We don't want Greedo. Greedo sucks. Gets Gamguards. Gains 5 stacks of my kind of scum. For each Hut Cartel ally. What? Does he gains all of this shit? for each ally? So he's going to gain 200 speed? Or is it just the 20% counter chance? Well, Zareth ghosts me, so I don't like him. I'll have to look into that. I don't have any light side. Oh, thank you. Light side. Okay, well, I don't have any more datacron material, so that seems to be all we're doing. We've done all of this. Got all of that. We can get rid of these, right? I don't need these. Okay. Well, we are finished with in-game. Looks like we do have some time to do a few roster reviews. Raster reviews. Let's see what might let you know that we're at 27, so we should be good. Nice. Let's get over to Discord. I see some roster review requests also coming in right now. I'm gonna go fill up my cup again. Mazel tov. I'll be right back. We'll get to these reviews, and then I'm going to watch Captain America and Paddington. All right, my DC Huck Cartel DC with Embo. I tried it in Squad Arena and I've been able to beat Leia, JMK. So the one thing before we get to roster reviews, I am obviously doing more in GAC now, but as of right now, I have not set up a 3v3 defense. Oh, that's okay. I have not set up a 3v3 defense. I might turtle 3v3 just because I feel overwhelmed trying to figure it out. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do there. I need like somebody to just tell me what to put on D and to go. I might just for the first week and copy someone else's D. I don't know. I haven't decided. Merchant, I was gonna say that I don't make fun of your Australian accent, but then that's a lie because literally when you came in I tried to do one and it was terrible, and we don't talk about Bruno. But I will say a Jar Jar Binks shirt at a rock concert is, I mean, like that's peak rock concert personally to me, and yes, it is a number that you should 100% call and let us know the details and all of that jazz. We have reviews. Let's switch over to Discord corner right here. Let's see, what time is it? 1:35. It's about 9. 135.00 pasta. If we're talking about pasta reviews, I do have some choice words. Some of you will promptly unfollow me, I'm sure. I don't like pasta that much. I grew up Italian. I grew up in a household where my mom did all of the cooking, and it wasn't... No, man, I'm just fucking with you, merchant. I'm fucking with you. I don't mind at all. A little bit of hate is exactly what we need in the right context. But I grew up in a household where it was like Monday was pasta night, Tuesday was like sausage and peppers night, Wednesday was pasta night, Thursday was like chicken, Friday was pasta night. So I've had so much fucking pasta in my life that I don't really ever seek it out. But if we had to talk about reviewing pastas, I would say my favorite is... Yeah, man, I'm fucking... We're friends. Friends can make fun of each other. That's fine in a friendly context. I would say ravioli is one of my favorites. I love ravioli. I hate ordering ravioli at a restaurant, though, because if you order spaghetti at a restaurant, you will get a pound of fucking spaghetti. If you order like penne at a restaurant, you will get a pound of fucking penne. If you order lasagna at a restaurant, you have 4 days worth of food on your plate. But if you order fucking ravioli at a restaurant, you're gonna get 5 little ravioli and be hungry for the rest of your life. But I do love ravioli. I prefer cheese ravioli or spinach ravioli. But if I get tortellini, which I also love, it needs to be meat tortellini. If we had to talk about like regular pastas, I hate the bow ties, because bow ties are so fucking hard to eat. Like, you stab them with your fork, and unless you hit it right in the middle, you need to stab again, and there's nowhere to get it. I grew up on the penne noodles, which growing up we called macaroni, and those are okay. I like the little shells if I'm doing cheese, like mac and cheese. The little shells are pretty good. Angel hair is okay. As a kid, angel hair and spaghetti, I used to actually think you could try to slurp up one giant noodle, and get every single noodle, and it frustrated me to no end that I could never get it all the way. They're fine. So if we're gonna review pasta, most of them are like a 5 of a 10 for me, but like ravioli and tortellini are like a 9 out of 10. I prefer rice, Nena, just because rice is a blank slate for basically anything. You could do, and my old roommate and I, we used to meal prep for the week, and we would cook a ton of rice with whatever we were prepping, and you could do Indian food with the rice, you could do Chinese food, you could do Japanese food, you could do Mexican food. Like, you had so many different options for the types of sauces. Which one is tagliatelle? Let's see. I've definitely had it. I've heard it before. Tagliatelle. No, I've actually never had tagliatelle. I could get behind this, though, because they're kind of like smaller, like lasagna noodles, almost. I love fried rice. I love fried rice. Hey, New Instinct. Yeah, it's the same thing, Nee. I love potatoes, but like if I were eating it every day, I know that you're not Irish, but like if I were Irish and eating it every day, I'd be so done with potatoes at this point in my life. But that's You know, that's just how it works. My feed is delayed. I've been told, Daniel, that if you refresh, that tends to fix it if you're delayed. I don't know if there's anything I can do to fix that on my end. But people in the past have told me that if they refresh the page, it usually fixes it for them. I've never had corn in my fried rice before. I'm going to deactivate and maybe that'll help. I've never had corn in my fried rice before. I don't think it's bad. I'll tell you, when I went to Korea, they put corn on pizza, and I thought that was weird as shit. But then I had it, and I was like, actually, I could fuck with corn on pizza. So I would not knock it until I tried it personally. It looks synced. It looks like I could talk like this. Does anybody have any other pastas that I need to compare before I actually get into the real roster review that we're going to do today? Something like that? Morning, StarQuest. We are doing the Gungies again this year. We are doing it. I'm very excited about it. We learned a lot last year about it. Oh, I did respond, Merchant. I did, and I said I've never had it before, but I could fuck with it. I could see it being decent. I would give it a try. I don't think it's sacrilegious. We are doing the Gungies this year. We've learned a lot from last year. We have some things we're going to do better this year. I feel kind of bad because Pasta's review is now buried past all of this stuff, and I thought the Pasta reviews themselves was just funny. But we are doing it. We want to add some more content creator areas to kind of focus on smaller creators that are newer. Some people have donated some money towards it to have an actual budget this year. So again, if anybody Venmos me with the tag at the Gungies and just says the Gungies 2026, that money goes specifically towards the budget. And, you know, we're already kind of planning how to use what we've gotten so far this year in different ways to make it better. And the only problem is waiting, right? Is we're like, fuck, it's only February. But we're super excited about the Gungies this year. But now to get back to the actual roster review, we have pastas here. Top 20 of the fleets, executors, and leviathans. Are you coordinating? Not at the moment. Not sure if we have one. I haven't reached out. I totally recommend reaching out. It's not just about pizza and spaghetti. That would piss a lot of people off. It's not just about hitting lower, it's also about having to do less battles, and that's one of the main reasons to be in a fleet Discord, is only having to do like 2 or 3 battles instead of 4 or 5. It of course depends on how active your Discord or your fleet shard is, though. All assault battles are CT3, except Fanatical Devotion is CT2, Duel of the Fates, and Peridia Patrol are at Tier 2, which is kind of like the build up those characters tier. Farming the P1 ship and the last 2 relics for C, also gearing the Pancha Bros, and farming Peridia Patrol, and GM. I'm not sure which direction to go because my guild is TW focused, but I'm more Rote focused. So I'm not sure if I should stop farming Rote stuff. I was thinking about Inquisitors for the Riva CM or BKM, but the guild isn't pushing for them at the moment. We're not quite there yet. I was also thinking about Profundity, but don't feel like I have a real need for it. Another GL LV possibly because I like the old Bad Batch team, and for that one ROT mission, but don't feel like there's a great urgency. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Are you dead set on continuing with the current farms? Nope. How highly do you value efficiency? I'd probably say I'm leaning towards efficiency. Are there any favorite characters? Mainly just want relic conquest tunes, but finding a priority for them is difficult. Thanks for your time and knowledge. Now, this is actually a very interesting one. I'm intrigued by this one. I don't read things beforehand. I'm going to say going for C, don't have LV, don't have either of the bros. We're probably between 5 and 6 million. Let's see. I do similar snore quests, but I don't have a grill, but I do pre-cook my dough a lot of the times. Look at that, Tagliatelle. Oh wow, oh fuck. 11 million and we don't have, man, damn. Okay. I didn't actually look at I should have thought CT3s and I wasn't paying attention to that because I'm a dumbass. Man. You're at 11 million in a 317 guild. This is where you kind of talk about, are you in the right guild? You know, when people are 11 million and they're in a 300 million guild, it usually signals to me that they're happy with the play style and they're not interested in leaving their guild. But I am going to tell you that you are in a guild that is way below your means. And it also sounds like the guild you're in is not fitting with the vibe that you want, right? You want an ROTE focused guild. Your guild is a TW focused guild, and you're way above the average. You're almost double your guild's average. So I've done reviews for people in Inglorious Blasters before. I don't like telling people like, hey, leave guilds, but like it does not seem like a good fit for you. I am going to run this review like you are staying, right? Because I would be giving a very different review based on if you were leaving or based on if you were staying. And I'm going to do the review based on if you're happy in your guild. The thing with ROTE is that just like TW, it takes a village. And if you're focusing on, ooh, you're here. Okay. Okay. So again, we're going to do it based on you're happy with your guild. 100%. But if you're focused on ROTE things, it takes a village to actually move ahead. And being able to do more CMs isn't going to functionally help you unless the rest of your guild is also looking to do more CMs. So you might want to look for TW-oriented teams that are also going to do very well in ROTE. That way you can kind of fill a dual niche of doing the thing you want and doing the thing your guild wants. The unfortunate thing is, of course, if your guild is not really primarily focusing on Riva just yet, you know, something like Grand Inquisitor and Third Sister, who are amazing, you really can't speed up your guild getting those things, and that kind of sucks, right? BKM, Bo-Katan. Let's see where she's at in your guilds. You know, you have none. It doesn't, as much as those are great goals for you right now, they're not going to push the needle. I will say, though, you already have Grand Inquisitor, so it may be worth bringing that team to R7, just because, like, so let's say nobody in your guild, let's say no, all right, you have about 150, so let's go 330 minus 150, you need 180 shards. Let's say everybody in your guild is doing Riva, and successfully, which I'm not saying they are, but let's say that they are, and we don't include you. It'll take you 15 months to get Riva, right? If you include you, it'll take 12 and a half months. Now, over that time, people will be also unlocking her, just maybe not, or unlocking him, but maybe not at the same priority. And because you already have it farmed, I do think it is worth bringing the team to the ability level where you can do Inquisitors. Bo-Katan, she's great, but maybe not as much of an importance right now. But let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 GLs. Check out these ships. You have Executor and Leviathan. You signaled that you're not sure about Profundity, and I'm going to tell you that I always believe players should stay on top of all of their ships. Like, all of them. You should never be in a position, especially at your level where you're a little bit higher, you should never be in a position where you need to farm ships that are already in the game if something new comes out. You should always signal it ahead of time. And for you, you don't need Profundity right now. So you could bring it to 5 stars and let it build stars for free in the background. And I do think that there is a major... a positive to being in a position where you can do that. So I would really strongly consider that. Nena, is the AI for it bugged? I don't know, but I think we've talked about this in the past. I have noticed very different AI shifts with the Crate Dragon mission. I've told you before, I've lost it because he's eaten, swallowed. And then like you said, I have done runs where he doesn't eat at all. It seems like the runs are all over the place. I don't know if it's bugged or not, though. Kind of the nice thing about being in a guild like this, though, Pasta. And Pasta, I love that you were here for us talking about Pasta for 10 minutes. It makes me feel less bad. Is that you are in a position... Okay, so definitely do C. You're already there. You are in a position where you can have more fun with your farms because that heavy efficiency is not going to affect you as much. You know, like you don't need to be as efficient as a player just because you're not playing in an efficiency guild. If you are worried about those things, I would finish C first just because you're there. I would get my Inquisitors to R7 just so you can do that mission, just so you can get Riva a little bit faster. I think I would prioritize Profundity after that just so that you can free farm it up. Let's see where your boys are. I would definitely try to get, because they are 7 stars, I would try to get Padawan Obi-Wan. Where is Master Qui-Gon? Did you relic him already? Do you not have him unlocked? No, you have to have him unlocked. There he is. I would try to get Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon to at least the R7 tier. Now, I am fully on the R9 tier of that. I am like, hey, it's super smart for all players, and I support you doing that. But because you enjoy playing a more casual game style, it's not necessarily something that you need to do. But I would really strongly consider doing them to the R7 tier more on the more on the casual route, you know. But I do think that that R9 tier, especially over long term, is definitely strongly viable. Peridia Patrol is not as much a concern, but again, I think that R5 tier is worth it. I would wait until these guys naturally hit R7 from those tiers, just with where you are and where you're at. You know, again, you're in a position because of your guild where you can take liberties a little bit more than other players can because it's not going to affect you. But if I were controlling this account right now, I would finish C. I would get those Inquisitors to R7. I would get your 2 boys, Pal and Master Qui-Gon, at least to R7. R9, not as much of a priority. I would do Profundity at that point and let it sit at R5 and let it build its stars on its own. I would probably do Leia at that point because, you know, even though it's not the best economy event, she still does have an economy event attached to her, and she is a strong GL in basically all of the game modes, including TW and ROTE. I would maybe do the Dead Boys between Profundity and Leia, personally. You know, and your Cal Kestis, because did you actually bring these guys, the 2 to R7? No, you didn't. I would just wait on that, honestly, until your guild starts signaling Zepho. But that's what I would do right now. That's how I would take your account. You know, when we talk about, like, Conquest characters, what do you got? You got Malgus. I can't answer for you on Dark Trooper Moff Gideon because mine is shit. I'm not a TW guy. Trench, if you want to do Trench, he actually does really well with Watt in ROTE as well. And Trench is one of those strong, like, TW characters. We have any glaring omissions here? I just recently did all 3 of Malicos's stuff. Where are you in? You're in Iridium 3. I mean, honestly, you should be higher in GAC, so I'm assuming you don't play it as strongly or don't stress it as much. But I would strongly consider Force Dyad. Like, really strongly consider Force Dyad. I am surprised that you don't have the Emperor's Hand for TW, being in a TW guild. Okay. Yeah, I mean, those 2 I would strongly suggest. I would honestly strongly suggest Zori as well, bringing her up to at least G12 and doing her Omicron. I find it infinitely useful in GAC. But that's what I would do with your account. If I had your account, that's how I would handle it. Do you have any questions about any of that, though? While I'm waiting? Okay, all right. So again, this is why I'm talking about, like, your guild's dynamic versus your dynamic, right? Your guild is a TW guild. You are not really TW focused. So it's kind of like this tough thing of I want to play with my friends, but their focus is different from my focus. You could probably swing your weight around at 11 million where it doesn't matter right now. The Quadmate team works really well, by the way. Yes, so Caleb, I didn't even check Quadmate because, you know, like, we don't really need to on this account, but the Quadmate team does work really well in ROTE. It does work well in TW. It does work well in GAC. So, you know, if you were to make a move, it would be a totally different roster review, I think. But if you were to make a move, you would look for a guild that's in ROTE, because that's what you value. You value an ROTE guild. You're behind the curve on not being Reva ready yet, not being Jedi Knight Cal Kestis ready yet, not being Bo-Katan ready yet. Those are things that can significantly bolster the guild that you're gonna go into. So if you were to go looking for one of those guilds, I would try to get Riva, Bo-Katan, and Zepho ready, and then look for a guild. And try to find something in like the 550 range. You know, a guild that will be doing the things that you want to do. Because you're playing with your friends, I would give them notice. You know, I would tell them like, hey, I'm really looking for a guild that's more focused on the stuff that I want to do. But I'll give you guys like 2 weeks to find me a replacement, or like a week to find me a replacement. I did see you, Zavor. I did. You got to put in a review, man. You put in a review, and we could spend a whole hour talking about your account. It's like Cunctator's account. You know, but there's nothing wrong with playing in a more casual guild. There's nothing wrong with wanting to play with your friends. Nothing you're doing is wrong. It's just, it sounds like the guild you're in also has a focus that is totally against the focus you actually want in a guild. So those are just things to consider. If you decide to leave your guild, though, I would put in a different roster review request. I'd put in another request and say, hey, you did a review for me like 2 weeks ago, but it was based on my current guild. I've decided to find something more fitting. You know, can you re-review me or something? Because I think I would go a very different route if this were if you were looking for something different. But because of what you're looking for currently, there's more leeway in what we're going for. Nena, I just want to respond to you real quick. I think I have the game still up. This is very, very, very much why. This is very much why I set up squads for every day. Oop. Right, so that I can do my battles and know that I'm not going to screw up. You can see, like, NS Open is only 4 guys. Kaz is so much better at roasting than I am, though. I don't like to be mean. I actually said it to someone on Reddit yesterday. He was like, oh, thanks for this comment you made 2 years ago. And I was like, oh, I appreciate that I was helpful, because I was kind of a dick in 2022, and I'm glad you still got some help. You can find guilds that are structured and more freestyle at the same time. There are casual guilds at all levels. There are. Hands down, there are. You can find a guild. If you were to put in a request, like if you were to go to our Discord and you were to go to players looking for guild, right? And you were to say, this is my guild, or this is my level, this is what I have. I'm looking for a guild that is more ROTE focused, but also more on the casual side. Honestly, I don't want to give him too much credit, because C-Squared is an asshole, and I love him very much. But it sounds like his guild, Fortuna Favor... I shouldn't actually be on his Discord right now giving you the messages that are in here. But Fortuna Favors the Bold. Like, they're more of a casual-styled TB guild. I don't know what their GP is right now, but I think they are at least significantly higher than... Let's see, we could probably check, right? Fortuna Favors the Bold.gg. You know, they're about 100 million above your guild, so still going to be not too heavy focused. But I think, you know, that they are doing... I think that they are focused on getting like Grand Inquisitor now and Zepho now. And it'll still be more on the casual-esque side that you're looking for. But again, we have more on the limited side time-wise today. If you decide to leave your guild, it will definitely change my advice to you. And I would say just put in another review request and say, hey, I've decided to leave my guild. And I'll look at your roster from a different lens, because we're looking at it from the lens of being in a 300 million guild and being happy there. But we do need to move on, because I do want to try to get 3 done today at least, before I have to leave for the movies. So let's see. We're going to go back to Discord. God, I love proper formatting. I wish... yeah, man, just, you know, think about what's best for you. Don't always think about efficiency. Think about what's best for you as a player. Rossor, currently going for JML, then slowing down to get Malik done and finish a couple teams. Could use help figuring out who to finish build up. Also getting Executor 7-star next month and farming P1, currently 6 stars, before going for Leia, as the requirements cross over partially with JML. 4.3 million, have quite a few solid mods. Few characters are faster than needed to be, but just don't have homes for the mods yet. I have mostly GAC Omicrons applied, a couple for TW. Also, slowly farming Inquisitors for Riva, as that's the direction our alliance is moving. So we already said they're 4.3 million. They came out with this about 4 days ago, so they are still 4.3 million. It is let's say 20530. Let's say, just to have it down. All right, so no GLs yet. Little on the newer side. I don't know their assault battles, and assault battles are an important thing for me. 248 million guild, 4.3 million average is 5 million, so you're in a guild that's probably about where you want to be. Let's check out our bounty hunters. You're probably doing at least CT1 on Rebel Roundup here. Imperial Trooper. I could see you doing CT1 with Veers, Stark, Piet, Moff Gideon, and, well, maybe Dark Trooper. You could probably get CT1 with that if you mod them really fast. And CT1's kind of the priority. You just remod specifically for that event, right? Nothing else. You're going for JML right now, which means Rebels. Your Rebels, Chewbacca, Han Solo, Chupio. You should be able to get CT3 on Military Might. Maybe it will require a remod. I will tell you that if you take Chewbacca out and you throw Mon Mothma in, which obviously you can't do yet, but because you're working on JML, you will be able to do that on the sooner side, getting Mon Mothma up there. If you use the event special with all of them, and then you just put it on auto, Mon Mothma does make the event so much easier, literally just auto. Our Jedi... Jedi Knight Luke as lead, as slow as humanly possible, literally no speed on him. A really fast Hermit Yoda, Jedi Knight Revan. We're gonna want a tank in there. Old Ben might work. And I might, with what you have right now, maybe throw Jedi Knight Anakin in there. You should be able to definitely get CT1, definitely CT2. I don't know if your Jedi are strong enough just yet to get CT3, but once you have JML, you should have enough good options. Still Jedi Knight Luke as the lead, JML, Jedi Knight Revan, Hermit Yoda. And you probably don't need Obi-Wan anymore at that point, because you'll have... JML. I would maybe throw Grandmaster Yoda in there for lots of buffs. You should be able to get the CT3 in short order. Night Sisters. Night Sisters are crap. We're not going to worry about them right now. What about our Phoenix? Phoenix, you should be able to get Secrets and Shadows at CT1 with what you have. Maybe some remodding is needed. Actually, yours are not... well, you don't need him. Yeah, maybe some remodding is needed, possibly, to do this, but you should be able to do it. Well, like I said, they might be able to. Not sure. They'll find out. They'll see. JML, where is JML? No, that's Jabba. JML, you're super, super, super close. Executor, we did finish, or we're waiting on it. So we should be there. Jabba, yeah, man. Okay, Profundity. Grand Inquisitor, your guild is going towards Grand Inquisitor right now. We want to go towards Malik. We're hitting rank 21 right now. I don't know exactly what you're hitting, but this should be getting you a little bit higher than you currently are doing. I would really try to talk to your fleet Discord to get sub 20, at least try to get at least sub 10, to be completely honest. Slowly farming. The only change I would make to you is, honestly, if you want an efficient roster, switch out Leia right now and go for Jabba. Jabba is just one of the most important farms in the game for a player at your level, especially if you're getting JML and there's plenty of overlap there. I'm assuming your buddy, your buddy looks like he has the Jabba bundle. I would finish JML. Let's see where we on Malik. Old Republic. You're not that bad here. It's not terrible. You could take a detour for Malik if you really, really want to go for Malik, if that's, the thing that you want to do. But I would really strongly consider Jabba as your next major farm. The mod depth that Jabba provides a player cannot be overstated at all, even a little bit. It is just such an important thing to a roster to have Jabba. And by the time you are done with him, you'll probably be working on Grand Inquisitor maybe a little bit more actively. I don't know if I would even refresh some of these guys. I don't remember which ones are from, like... Why am I there? Like Kursatan, I would probably do like 5 battles a day right now. Try to get him within 3 months. Don't cut off your signal data. Skiff, 5 battles a day. I do 5 battles a day on any one of these that you do battles on. I would buy shards with currency for any of the ones you can buy shards on, and I'd really focus on this while semi-slow farming for Grand Inquisitor. Once Jabba is done, you're probably going to more actively be working on Grand Inquisitor. Because you will be closer at that point. I think at that point, I would honestly go Profundity or Leia. I don't think that there's a wrong choice. There's like this diamond that you're in, which is JML, Jabba, Leia, Profundity. And I think that JML and Jabba are kind of like the bottom of the diamond, actually. And they support the other two, so they're the two important ones. And then at the top with Profundity and Leia, those are the less important ones. That's what I would do. This is a classic farm Jabba. I hope it helps. There's not too much else I can tell you beyond that. Hopefully, Executor at 7-star should get you at least into the top 10 of your fleet shard. Honestly, I don't know how old your fleet shard is, but it should probably get you to 1, and I literally cannot overstate just how amazing those fleet crystals are and just how important they can be for a person. But that's what I would tell you. There's nothing else to tell you. Let's move on to your buddy, General Leet Speak. There we go. General Antonio. It's probably going to be the same exact thing, honestly. I am a Lightspeed Bundle whale account. I plan on buying Jabba if it comes back. I will probably slow down after that or even stop spending. I'm at 4.1 million. I am between 2 farms, Executor, Inquisitors. After that, I have the Jabba Bundle. By then, I will get Jedi Knight Luke. Yeah, it is, right? I appreciate the follow, Luke. I do. Thank you. I like when people enjoy my stuff enough to say, hey, I might watch him again. After that, I have the Jabba bundle. Then I will get Jedi Knight Luke, and then get Jabba. Me and the Rossor are in the same guild, so we are going into Rava soon, and I am one of the people trying to spearhead and get the requirements as soon as possible. I don't know where to do. I stuff my GL Ray into all of it. Where do I stuff GL Ray into all of this? I can only imagine we're going to have a very similar review here. Let's take a look. Hey, Jedi. Good morning. Hello there. First time chat. How are you? For all you newbies here, don't forget, we have a very robust Discord. I think third largest creator one, because I didn't realize how large Nooch's is. His is pretty incredibly big from what I'm hearing. Let's see, about 9,000 people, I think. But it's not about the people, it's about how good those people are. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, you need, listen, I don't care how much money people spend on this game. Like, spend money on the game all you want. But you can significantly reduce your spending by having Executor and getting those fleet crystals every day. That is important. Hands down. It looks like you're almost there, right? That's what you said. Let's just check. Gear needed. No, not gear needed. Gear tracker. Executor. Okay, you're close. But that's got to be a priority for you. I'm watching 2 movies today, and if you go on Discord, you'll actually see a hint to one of the movies that I'm seeing today. You can go right here. Right? This is Paddington telling you to farm Jabba. Anyone who doesn't have Jabba, this is Paddington giving a hard stare saying, why haven't you farmed Jabba yet? That's exactly what's going on there. Let's get back here and get back to this review. Ray, did you buy the Lightspeed bundle? You did buy the Lightspeed bundle. I think you at least bought one of them. Pretty close. You have Kylo. Oh my God, New Instinct, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. Jedi Master Luke. Oh my God, this account. I feel what? Yeah, that hard stare, man. It hits you. Okay. Oh, how are we on the Inquisitors? Because this is a big push for your guild. Oh, all right. So you're there. You just have to. Well, you probably have done the event. Okay. All right. So finish Inquisitors. Here's what you need to do. You said you'll have Jedi Knight Luke soon, so let's just see. Wampa, Rebel Officer. All right. The thing with Luke is, I don't know when you're gonna watch this. Let me pop into game real quick, because I know there's a bounty event today. Bounty is 1. Is this the one? Okay, so Rebel Officer Leia is in Bounties 1. This goes out to everybody. Do not get Poplo. Do not get Han Solo. Do not get Imperial Probe Droid. And honestly, do not get Wampa. It is much better to use Get 1 on Wampa than it is to use Get 2 on Leia. Focus on Leia first for these Galactic Bounties 1. Because using Get 2 on Galactus Bounties 1 sucks, and Get 2 is just too important for an account. Wampa, Get 1, it's an important thing, but Get 2 is just too damn important. So if you watch this before you do the bounty event, and for anyone else watching, always Rebel Officer Leia. because it makes it so much better. You have some time before Jedi Knight Luke because you do need to farm Jedi Leia. Let me get back here. I'm assuming your guild is doing Rote because you're talking about Inquisitors. Separatist Might, yeah. So it's not like you're even getting her from Hoth or anything. So you've got some time on Luke. Unfortunately, I would finish your Inquisitors. I would finish Executor. At that point, whether or not you finish Rey is going to strongly depend on if you are Jedi Knight Luke ready. If you finish your Inquisitors and Executor and you're not Jedi Knight Luke ready yet, then finish your Rey. But if you are Jedi Knight Luke ready, you need to hop into the JML and Jabba Diamond. And you don't even need to finish the Diamond if you don't want to, but JML and Jabba are just too fundamentally important to an account. And I honestly, I don't care if you get Jedi Master Luke or if you get Jabba first. It doesn't matter. I prefer Jedi Master Luke first, personally. But whichever one you go for first, you're fine. But you need to hop into those two farms. Like, that's it. There's nothing else to say. Finish your Inquisitors, you're already there. Finish your Executor, it's super important. Rebel Officer Leia, as much as you possibly can. I know you're going to have to do some Get To, unless that Lightspeed bundle comes back. But try to avoid using Get To as much as possible and use those bounty events. Rey, only if you're not Jedi Knight Luke ready by that time. Then go Jabba JML or JML Jabba. Then go Rey if you didn't go Rey previously. We're talking 6 to 8 months. There's no reason to go any further than that, but that's really where you need to be going. So there's a couple reasons, Snorquest, without Cal or Ezra, why to go JML, is that he is just a fundamentally, just like Jabba with Smuggler's Run, he is a fundamentally important farm for Conquest, for being able to do Conquest things early, especially as a 4 million account like this guy is. Building towards JML is going to give you the 2 assault battles, right? Military Might and Ground War. Ground War is the Jedi one. And at 4 million, any GL is a good GL. Right? When we look at it through the lens of a veteran player at 10 million, JML without his counterparts isn't super great. But when we look at it as through the lens of a newer account that's going to have less Jedi or less characters or is not going to have a lot of Conquest units, JML is going to do perfectly fine for you in every single game mode. But that's what I would do with this. I wouldn't, there's nothing else I can recommend. That's it. That's what I got for you. I do have to get ready to go to the movies. Hey everybody, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever. We've got our Buy Me a Beer memberships. Some of you have been taking some great advantage of some of those tiers and asking me questions literally daily, because we have set up a process for that. But it's all, none of it's mandatory. We got to raid out. We got Womprat on. Womprat's got no love this morning. God damn. Let's raid out Womprat. For those of you that are on Twitch right now. And I go back to work next week, so I'll see you guys next Sunday. Da 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 da.